A limpet is an aquatic snail with a shell that is broadly conical in shape. Limpet informally refers to any gastropod whose shell has no obvious coiling, like the coiling which can be seen in the shells of garden snails or winkles. Although all limpets are members of the class Gastropoda, limpets are highly polyphyletic, meaning that the various groups that we call limpets have descended independently from different ancestral gastropods. This general category of conical shell is technically known as patelliform, meaning dish shape. Some species of limpet live in fresh water, but these are the exception. All members of the large and ancient marine clade Patellogastropoda are limpets, and within that clade the family Patellidae in particular are often called the true limpets. Other groups, not in the same family, are also called limpets of one type or another, because of the similar shapes of the shells. Examples include the Patellidae, which are known as the keyhole limpet family. This family is part of the clade Gastropoda. However, many other members of the Gastropoda do not have the morphology of limpets, behavior and ecology. True limpets in the family Patellidae live on hard surfaces in the intertidal zone. Unlike barnacles or mussels, true limpets are capable of locomotion instead of being permanently attached to a single spot. However, when they need to resist strong wave action or other disturbances, limpets cling extremely strongly to the hard surface on which they live, using the muscular foot to apply suction, combined with the effect of adhesive mucus. It often is very difficult to remove a true limpet from a rock without injuring or killing it. All true limpets are marine and have gills. However, because the adaptive feature of a simple conical shell has repeatedly arisen independently in gastropod evolution, limpets from many different evolutionary lineages occur in widely different environments. Some saltwater limpets such as Trimusculidae breathe air, and some freshwater limpets are descendants of air-breathing land snails whose ancestors had a pallial cavity serving as a lung. In these small freshwater limpets, that lung underwent secondary adaptation to allow the absorption of dissolved oxygen from water. Naming. The common name, limpet, also is applied to a number of not very closely related groups of sea snails and freshwater snails. Thus the common name, limpet, has very little taxonomic significance in and of itself. The name is applied not only to true limpets, but also to all snails that have a simple shell that is broadly conical in shape, and either is not spirally coiled, or appears not to be coiled in the adult snail. In other words, the shell of all limpets is patelliform, which means the shell is shaped more or less like the shell of most true limpets. The term false limpets is used for some of these other groups that have a conical shell. Thus, the name limpet is used to describe various extremely diverse groups of gastropods that have independently evolved a shell of the same basic shape. And although the name limpet is given on the basis of a limpet-like or patelliform shell, the several groups of snails that have a shell of this type are not at all closely related to one another. Teeth. The teeth of limpets, which make up an organ called a radula, consist of composite nanostructures with fractions of reinforcing goethite nanofibers within a softer chitin matrix to provide mechanical integrity. A 2015 study into the tensile strength of teeth from Patella vulgata found ranges from 3.0 to 6.5 gigapascals, making them the strongest known biological material, outperforming spider silk. The mineral protein of the limpet teeth can withstand a tensile stress of 4.9 gigapascals, compared to 4 gigapascals of spider silk and 0.5 gigapascals of human teeth. This strength is attributed to a high mineral volume fraction of goethite nanofibers. Durable artificial structures derived from limpet teeth may have applications in high-performance engineering, such as aircraft fuselages and the bodies of Formula One racing cars. Phylogeny. Gastropods that have limpet-like or patelliform shells are found in several different clades. Clade Patellogastropoda, example Patellidae, the true limpets, all marine, in 5 living families and 2 fossil families. Clade Vetigastropoda, examples Fishlidae and Lepitelloidea, small deep-water limpets. Clade Neritimorpha, example Phoenicalepididae, small limpets related to nerites. Clade Heterobranchia, group Opisthodobranchia, example Tylodonidae, the umbrella slugs with a limpet-shaped shell. Clade Heterobranchia, group Pulmonata, examples Siphonariidae, Latiidae, Trimusculidae, all air-breathing limpets. Other limpets, marine, the hydrothermal vent limpets, Neomphaloidea and Lepidodriloidea. The hoof snails, Hyponyx and other Hyponychidae, slipper snails, Crepidula species, which are sometimes known as slipper limpets. Freshwater, the pulmonate river and lake limpets, Ancelidae. Most marine limpets have gills, whereas all freshwater limpets and a few marine limpets have a mantle cavity adapted to breathe air and function as a lung. All these kinds of snail are only very distantly related.